Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a young and beautiful girl named Emily. She was 20 years old, with bright blue eyes and golden hair that shimmered in the sunlight. Emily's family was poor, but they were rich in love and happiness. They lived in a cozy little house that, though small, was filled with warmth. Emily, though surrounded by simplicity, always dreamed of a better life. She loved reading books, immersing herself in stories of adventure, romance, and distant lands. Through the pages of her books, Emily escaped her small world and dreamed of the day when her life might change. She wished for something more, something beyond the village's borders. One sunny afternoon, Emily decided to visit the village market. As she wandered through the stalls, admiring the colorful goods and listening to the laughter of the vendors, she noticed a young man standing by a fruit cart. He was tall, with dark hair and a kind, charming smile. His name was John. John came from a wealthy family. His parents owned a large house on the hill, and their land stretched for miles. Despite his wealth, John wasn't like the other rich people in the village. He was humble, kind, and always willing to lend a hand. His warmth and charm immediately caught Emily's attention. The two of them began talking. They laughed, shared stories, and quickly became friends. They discovered they had much in common, especially their love of nature. They spent hours walking together in the fields, by the river, and through the forests, enjoying each other's company. As time passed, their friendship blossomed into something deeper. Emily and John shared their dreams and hopes with one another. John dreamed of traveling the world, but Emily only wished for a peaceful life with the people she loved. Despite their differences, they found joy in each other's company. One evening, as the sun was setting, John looked at Emily with tenderness in his eyes and said, "Emily, I love you. Will you marry me?" Emily's heart skipped a beat. She had dreamed of this moment for so long. She replied, "Yes, John. I love you too." They hugged tightly, imagining a life together filled with love and happiness. However, they knew there was a big challenge ahead. John's parents did not approve of Emily. They believed she wasn't suitable for their son because of her humble background. John's mother said, "John, you cannot marry Emily. She is from a poor family, and that's not good enough for you." John's father, equally displeased, agreed. "You need to find someone from a wealthy family. That's what's important." John felt his heart break. He loved Emily deeply and couldn't bear the thought of losing her. "But money doesn't matter. Emily is kind, good-hearted, and I love her," John argued. "Why should that be a problem?" But his parents were firm. "If you marry Emily, we will not support you anymore," they said. Emily, too, knew about the problem. She loved John with all her heart but didn't want to cause him pain. "Maybe it's better if we don't marry," she said softly. "I don't want to make your life difficult." John, though heartbroken, replied, "No, Emily. I will always love you. We will find a way." Days passed and John tried to convince his parents, but they remained steadfast in their decision. Emily's family also knew of the problem. They were worried about her and advised her, "Emily, we love you, but maybe it's better to let John go. You should think about what's best for him." Emily cried many nights. She loved John, but she didn't want to be the cause of his pain. She finally decided to speak to him. One evening, Emily met John by the river where they had shared so many memories. "John," she said, her voice trembling, "I love you so much, but I think it's better if we don't marry. Your parents will never accept me, and I don't want to make your life harder." John was devastated. "Emily, I cannot live without you," he said, his eyes filled with tears. "But I understand. I will always love you." They hugged tightly, both of them knowing that their love was real, but that the world was working against them. They promised to remain friends and to support each other, though their hearts were heavy. Emily continued to live with her family. She worked hard, helping them with chores, and slowly, life moved on. John, too, continued with his life, though he never forgot about Emily. He worked hard, learned new things, and became successful. Yet, deep inside, he carried Emily in his heart, never letting go of their love. Years passed. Emily helped her neighbors, and everyone in the village loved her. They saw her as a kind soul, someone who always put others before herself. John, successful in his work, became known for his kindness, fairness, and generosity. One day, Emily's father became very sick. Emily was heartbroken. She cared for him day and night, praying for his recovery. John, hearing about her father's illness, decided to visit. John visited Emily's home, bringing medicine and food to help her family. Emily was overwhelmed with gratitude. "Thank you, John. Your kindness means the world to me," she said, touched by his support. As the days passed, Emily's father slowly recovered. John continued to visit, offering comfort and support. Emily and John spent more time together, sharing their dreams and hopes for the future. Though they still loved each other, they both knew that John's parents would never approve of their relationship. One day, John had to leave for the city for work. "I'll write to you, Emily," he promised. "I'll miss you, but I'll return soon." Emily nodded, though sadness filled her heart. "Take care, John. I'll miss you too." John went to the city, and though the distance between them was great, they stayed in touch through letters. They shared their thoughts, hopes, and memories through the written word. Time passed, and John's success grew. He saved money and became more independent. Yet, in his heart, he never forgot Emily. Years later, John returned to the village. He wanted to see Emily, to tell her everything. When he knocked on her door, Emily was shocked but overjoyed to see him standing there. "John," she cried, "you're back." John smiled warmly. "Yes, Emily, I missed you." They spent hours talking about their lives, their dreams, and everything they had missed. Finally, John took Emily's hand and said, "I still love you, Emily. I want to be with you." Emily hesitated. "But what about your parents? What will they say?" John shook his head. "I've saved enough money. I don't need their approval anymore. I want to be with you." Emily's heart swelled with emotion. "John, I am so proud of you, but I don't want to cause problems for you." John replied firmly, "Emily, you are my happiness. I will always choose you." John and Emily decided to be together, despite the challenges they knew they would face. They married in a small ceremony, surrounded by close friends and family. Although John's parents refused to attend, John and Emily's love was enough. They moved to the city, started a new life, and worked hard to build their future together. They faced many obstacles, but their love kept them strong. As the years went by, they built a life full of happiness, love, and fulfillment. They had children and taught them the values of kindness and love, never forgetting the struggles they had faced. In the end, Emily and John lived happily ever after, cherishing the love they shared. They knew that true love, no matter the challenges, would always find a way to survive. Humble means simple, not rich or fancy. Dreamed means thought about something you really want to happen. Escape means to get away from something. Vendors means people who sell things at a market. Charming means pleasant or attractive. Kind-hearted means a person who is caring and generous. Tenderness means gentle affection or care. Blossomed means grew or developed into something beautiful. Devastated means extremely sad or upset. Approve means to accept or agree with something. Steadfast means firm and unwavering. Trembling means shaking, usually from emotion. Devastated means very upset. Overwhelmed means feeling strong emotions. Generosity means willingness to give to others. Gratitude means feeling thankful. Overwhelming means so strong that it is difficult to handle. Touch means to communicate emotionally. Independent means able to do things on your own. Hesitate means to pause before doing something. Firmly means strongly without doubt. Struggles means difficult challenges. Fulfillment means a sense of happiness from achieving something.